Have a good day.
良い一日を。
Have a good day.
Have a good day.
I hope you have a good day at work.
I hope you have a good day at work.
Have a nice weekend.
良い週末を。
Have a nice weekend.
Have a nice weekend.
Have a nice weekend with your family.
Have a nice weekend with your family.
Have a great time.
楽しい時間を過ごしてください。
Have a great time.
Have a great time.
Have a great time at the party tonight.
Have a great time at the party tonight.
Have a safe trip.
安全な旅行を。
Have a safe trip.
Have a safe trip.
Have a safe trip to Osaka.
Have a safe trip to Osaka.
Have a seat.
座ってください。
Have a seat.
Have a seat.
Please have a seat while you wait.
Please have a seat while you wait.
Have a look.
見てください。
Have a look.
Have a look.
Have a look at this document.
Have a look at this document.
Have a try.
試してみてください。
Have a try.
Have a try.
Have a try at solving this puzzle.
Have a try at solving this puzzle.
Have a rest.
休憩してください。
Have a rest.
Have a rest.
You should have a rest after working so hard.
You should have a rest after working so hard.
Have a bath.
お風呂に入ってください。
Have a bath.
Have a bath.
I always have a bath before going to bed.
I always have a bath before going to bed.
Have a shower.
シャワーを浴びてください。
Have a shower.
Have a shower.
I have a shower every morning.
I have a shower every morning.
Have a drink.
飲み物を飲んでください。
Have a drink.
Have a drink.
Let's have a drink after work.
Let's have a drink after work.
Have a meal.
食事をしてください。
Have a meal.
Have a meal.
We usually have a meal together on Sundays.
We usually have a meal together on Sundays.
Have a chat.
おしゃべりしましょう。
Have a chat.
Have a chat.
Let's have a chat over coffee.
Let's have a chat over coffee.
Have a talk.
話し合いましょう。
Have a talk.
Have a talk.
We need to have a talk about your future.
We need to have a talk about your future.
Have a meeting.
会議をしましょう。
Have a meeting.
Have a meeting.
We have a meeting every Monday morning.
We have a meeting every Monday morning.
Have a party.
パーティーを開きましょう。
Have a party.
Have a party.
Let's have a party to celebrate your promotion.
Let's have a party to celebrate your promotion.
Have a date.
デートをしましょう。
Have a date.
Have a date.
Would you like to have a date this weekend?
Would you like to have a date this weekend?
Have a plan.
計画がある。
Have a plan.
Have a plan.
Do you have a plan for the summer vacation?
Do you have a plan for the summer vacation?
Have a problem.
問題がある。
Have a problem.
Have a problem?
I have a problem with my computer.
I have a problem with my computer.
Have a question.
質問がある。
Have a question.
Have a question.
I have a question about today's lesson.
I have a question about today's lesson.
Have a headache.
頭痛がする。
Have a headache.
Have a headache.
I have a headache from staring at the screen too long.
I have a headache from staring at the screen too long.
Have a cold.
風邪をひいている。
Have a cold.
Have a cold.
I have a cold and cannot go to school today.
I have a cold and cannot go to school today.
Have a fever.
熱がある。
Have a fever.
Have a fever.
The child has a fever of 39 degrees.
The child has a fever of 39 degrees.
Have a cough.
咳が出る。
Have a cough.
Have a cough.
I have a cough that won't go away.
I have a cough that won't go away.
Have a sore throat.
喉が痛い。
Have a sore throat.
Have a sore throat.
I have a sore throat and it hurts to swallow.
I have a sore throat and it hurts to swallow.
Have a stomachache.
腹痛がする。
Have a stomachache.
Have a stomachache.
I have a stomachache after eating too much.
I have a stomachache after eating too much.
Have a backache.
背中が痛い。
Have a backache.
Have a backache.
I have a backache from lifting heavy boxes.
I have a backache from lifting heavy boxes.
Have a toothache.
歯が痛い。
Have a toothache.
Have a toothache.
I have a toothache and need to see a dentist.
I have a toothache and need to see a dentist.
Have a dream.
夢がある。
Have a dream.
Have a dream.
I have a dream to become a doctor.
I have a dream to become a doctor.
Have a hope.
希望がある。
Have a hope.
Have a hope.
I have a hope that we will meet again.
I have a hope that we will meet again.
Have a wish.
願いがある。
Have a wish.
Have a wish.
I have a wish to travel around the world.
I have a wish to travel around the world.
Have a goal.
目標がある。
Have a goal.
Have a goal.
I have a goal to run a marathon next year.
I have a goal to run a marathon next year.
Have a chance.
機会がある。
Have a chance.
Have a chance.
You have a chance to win if you try harder.
You have a chance to win if you try harder.
Have a choice.
選択肢がある。
Have a choice.
Have a choice.
You have a choice between the red one and the blue one.
You have a choice between the red one and the blue one.
Have a responsibility.
責任がある。
Have a responsibility.
Have a responsibility.
Teachers have a responsibility to educate students.
Teachers have a responsibility to educate students.
Have a duty.
義務がある。
Have a duty.
Have a duty.
Citizens have a duty to vote in elections.
Citizens have a duty to vote in elections.
Have a right.
権利がある。
Have a right.
Have a right.
Everyone has a right to express their opinion.
Everyone has a right to express their opinion.
Have a talent.
才能がある。
Have a talent.
Have a talent.
She has a talent for playing the piano.
She has a talent for playing the piano.
Have a skill.
技術がある。
Have a skill.
Have a skill.
He has a skill in cooking delicious meals.
He has a skill in cooking delicious meals.
Have a hobby.
趣味がある。
Have a hobby.
Have a hobby.
I have a hobby of collecting stamps.
I have a hobby of collecting stamps.
Have a passion.
情熱がある。
Have a passion.
Have a passion.
She has a passion for teaching children.
She has a passion for teaching children.
Have a love for.
絵の愛がある。
Have a love for.
Have a love for.
I have a love for classic literature.
I have a love for classic literature.
Have a taste for.
の好みがある。
Have a taste for.
Have a taste for.
My grandfather has a taste for fine wines.
My grandfather has a taste for fine wines.
Have a preference.
好みがある。
Have a preference.
Have a preference.
I have a preference for spicy food.
I have a preference for spicy food.
Have a liking for.
が好きである。
Have a liking for.
Have a liking for.
He has a liking for jazz music.
He has a liking for jazz music.
Have a dislike for.
が嫌いである。
Have a dislike for.
Have a dislike for.
She has a dislike for crowded places.
She has a dislike for crowded places.
Have a fear of.
絵の恐怖がある。
Have a fear of.
Have a fear of.
Many people have a fear of heights.
Many people have a fear of heights.
Have a phobia.
恐怖症がある。
Have a phobia.
Have a phobia.
My sister has a phobia of spiders.
My sister has a phobia of spiders.
Have a worry.
心配がある。
Have a worry.
Have a worry.
I have a worry about the test tomorrow.
I have a worry about the test tomorrow.
Have a concern.
懸念がある。
Have a concern.
Have a concern.
We have a concern about the safety of this bridge.
We have a concern about the safety of this bridge.
Have an idea.
考えがある。
Have an idea.
Have an idea.
I have an idea for solving this problem.
I have an idea for solving this problem.
Have a thought.
思いがある。
Have a thought.
Have a thought.
I have a thought about improving our system.
I have a thought about improving our system.
Have an opinion.
意見がある。
Have an opinion.
Have an opinion.
Everyone has an opinion on this topic.
Everyone has an opinion on this topic.
Have a belief.
信念がある。
Have a belief.
Have a belief.
She has a belief in working hard to achieve goals.
She has a belief in working hard to achieve goals.
Have a religion.
宗教がある。
Have a religion.
Have a religion.
Many people have a religion they follow.
Many people have a religion they follow.
Have a faith.
信仰がある。
Have a faith.
Have a faith.
My grandparents have a faith that guides their lives.
My grandparents have a faith that guides their lives.
Have a doubt.
疑いがある。
Have a doubt.
Have a doubt.
I have a doubt about his story.
I have a doubt about his story.
Have a suspicion.
疑念がある。
Have a suspicion.
Have a suspicion.
The police have a suspicion that he might be involved.
The police have a suspicion that he might be involved.
Have a feeling.
感じがする。
Have a feeling.
Have a feeling.
I have a feeling that it will rain today.
I have a feeling that it will rain today.
Have an emotion.
感情がある。
Have an emotion.
Have an emotion.
Humans have an emotion called empathy.
Humans have an emotion called empathy.
Have a sense of humor.
ユーモアのセンスがある。
Have a sense of humor.
Have a sense of humor.
My father has a sense of humor that makes everyone laugh.
My father has a sense of humor that makes everyone laugh.
Have a temper.
気性が激しい。
Have a temper.
Have a temper.
Be careful, he has a temper when he's tired.
Be careful, he has a temper when he's tired.
Have a mood.
気分がある。
Have a mood.
Have a mood.
I have a mood for dancing tonight.
I have a mood for dancing tonight.
Have a smile.
笑顔を見せる。
Have a smile.
Have a smile.
Have a smile when you meet new people.
Have a smile when you meet new people.
Have a laugh.
笑いを共有する。
Have a laugh.
Have a laugh.
Let's have a laugh together watching this comedy.
Let's have a laugh together watching this comedy.
Have a cry.
泣く、
Have a cry.
Have a cry.
Sometimes it's good to have a cry when you're sad.
Sometimes it's good to have a cry when you're sad.
Have a job.
仕事がある、
Have a job.
Have a job.
I have a job at a local bank.
I have a job at a local bank.
Have a career.
キャリアがある、
Have a career.
Have a career.
She has a career in medicine.
She has a career in medicine.
Have a business.
事業がある、
Have a business.
Have a business.
My uncle has a business selling furniture.
My uncle has a business selling furniture.
Have a company.
会社を所有している、
Have a company.
Have a company.
He has a company with over 100 employees.
He has a company with over 100 employees.
Have a shop.
店を持っている、
Have a shop.
Have a shop.
My parents have a shop in the shopping center.
My parents have a shop in the shopping center.
Have a store.
店舗を持っている、
Have a store.
Have a store.
They have a store that sells organic food.
They have a store that sells organic food.
Have a restaurant.
レストランを経営している、
Have a restaurant.
Have a restaurant.
My aunt and uncle have a restaurant downtown.
My aunt and uncle have a restaurant downtown.
Have a house.
家がある、
Have a house.
Have a house.
We have a house near the beach.
We have a house near the beach.
Have an apartment.
アパートがある、
Have an apartment.
Have an apartment.
I have an apartment in the city center.
I have an apartment in the city center.
Have a room.
部屋がある、
Have a room.
Have a room.
Each child has a room in our new house.
Each child has a room in our new house.
Have a garden.
庭がある、
Have a garden.
Have a garden.
They have a garden full of beautiful flowers.
They have a garden full of beautiful flowers.
Have a car.
車を持っている、
Have a car.
Have a car.
Do you have a car or do you use public transport?
Do you have a car or do you use public transport?
Have a bike.
自転車を持っている、
Have a bike.
Have a bike.
Most students have a bike to get around campus.
Most students have a bike to get around campus.
Have a pet.
ペットを飼っている、
Have a pet.
Have a pet.
We have a pet dog named Max.
We have a pet dog named Max.
Have a dog.
犬を飼っている、
Have a dog.
Have a dog.
My neighbors have a dog that barks at night.
My neighbors have a dog that barks at night.
Have a cat.
猫を飼っている、
Have a cat.
Have a cat.
She has a cat with blue eyes.
She has a cat with blue eyes.
Have a baby.
赤ちゃんがいる。
Have a baby.
Have a baby.
My sister has a baby who is 6 months old.
My sister has a baby who is 6 months old.
Have a child.
子供がいる。
Have a child.
Have a child.
They have a child who goes to elementary school.
They have a child who goes to elementary school.
Have a family.
家族がいる。
Have a family.
Have a family.
He has a family with 3 children.
He has a family with 3 children.
Have a husband.
夫がいる。
Have a husband.
Have a husband.
She has a husband who works overseas.
She has a husband who works overseas.
Have a wife.
妻がいる。
Have a wife.
Have a wife.
He has a wife who is a doctor.
He has a wife who is a doctor.
Have a boyfriend.
彼氏がいる。
Have a boyfriend.
Have a boyfriend.
She has a boyfriend who she met at college.
She has a boyfriend who she met at college.
Have a girlfriend.
彼女がいる。
Have a girlfriend.
Have a girlfriend.
He has a girlfriend who lives in another city.
He has a girlfriend who lives in another city.
Have a friend.
友達がいる。
Have a friend.
Have a friend.
I have a friend who speaks 5 languages.
I have a friend who speaks 5 languages.
Have a best friend.
親友がいる。
Have a best friend.
Have a best friend.
Everyone should have a best friend they can trust.
Everyone should have a best friend they can trust.
Have a colleague.
同僚がいる。
Have a colleague.
Have a colleague.
I have a colleague who always helps me at work.
I have a colleague who always helps me at work.
Have a neighbor.
隣人がいる。
Have a neighbor.
Have a neighbor.
We have a neighbor who makes delicious cookies.
We have a neighbor who makes delicious cookies.
Have a partner.
パートナーがいる。
Have a partner.
Have a partner.
She has a partner who shares her interests.
She has a partner who shares her interests.
Have a boss.
上司がいる。
Have a boss.
Have a boss.
I have a boss who is very understanding.
I have a boss who is very understanding.
Have a teacher.
教師がいる。
Have a teacher.
Have a teacher.
We have a teacher who makes learning fun.
We have a teacher who makes learning fun.
Have a doctor.
担当医がいる。
Have a doctor.
Have a doctor.
It's important to have a doctor you trust.
It's important to have a doctor you trust.
Have a dentist.
歯医者がいる。
Have a dentist.
Have a dentist.
Do you have a dentist you visit regularly?
Do you have a dentist you visit regularly?
Have a lawyer.
弁護士がいる。
Have a lawyer.
Have a lawyer.
They have a lawyer who handles their business affairs.
They have a lawyer who handles their business affairs.
Have a name.
名前がある。
Have a name.
Have a name.
Every student has a name tag on their desk.
Every student has a name tag on their desk.
Have an address.
住所がある。
Have an address.
Have an address.
You need to have an address to receive mail.
You need to have an address to receive mail.
Have a phone number.
電話番号がある。
Have a phone number.
Have a phone number.
Make sure you have a phone number where I can reach you.
Make sure you have a phone number where I can reach you.
Have an email.
メールアドレスがある。
Have an email.
Have an email.
Most people now have an email account.
Most people now have an email account.
Have a website.
ウェブサイトがある。
Have a website.
Have a website.
Our company has a website with all our products.
Our company has a website with all our products.
Have a blog.
ブログがある。
Have a blog.
Have a blog.
She has a blog where she shares travel experiences.
She has a blog where she shares travel experiences.
Have a social media account.
ソーシャルメディアのアカウントがある。
Have a social media account.
Have a social media account.
Most teenagers have a social media account these days.
Most teenagers have a social media account these days.
Have a passport.
パスポートを持っている。
Have a passport.
Have a passport.
You must have a passport to travel internationally.
You must have a passport to travel internationally.
Have a license.
免許を持っている。
Have a license.
Have a license.
You need to have a license to drive a car.
You need to have a license to drive a car.
Have an ID card.
身分証明書を持っている。
Have an ID card.
Have an ID card.
Everyone must have an ID card for identification.
Everyone must have an ID card for identification.
Have a credit card.
クレジットカードを持っている。
Have a credit card.
Have a credit card.
Many adults have a credit card for online shopping.
Many adults have a credit card for online shopping.
Have cash.
現金を持っている。
Have cash.
Have cash.
It's good to have cash when traveling to remote areas.
It's good to have cash when traveling to remote areas.
Have money.
お金がある。
Have money.
Have money.
You need to have money to pay for tuition.
You need to have money to pay for tuition.
Have time.
時間がある。
Have time.
Have time.
Do you have time to meet tomorrow?
Do you have time to meet tomorrow?
Have a moment.
少し時間がある。
Have a moment.
Have a moment.
Do you have a moment to talk about the project?
Do you have a moment to talk about the project?
Have a minute.
1分ある。
Have a minute.
Have a minute.
Do you have a minute to answer my question?
Do you have a minute to answer my question?
Have a second.
ちょっと時間がある。
Have a second.
Have a second.
Do you have a second to help me with this?
Do you have a second to help me with this?
Have a day off.
休みの日がある。
Have a day off.
Have a day off.
I have a day off next Tuesday.
I have a day off next Tuesday.
Have a holiday.
休暇がある。
Have a holiday.
Have a holiday.
We have a holiday next month.
We have a holiday next month.
Have a vacation.
休暇がある。
Have a vacation.
Have a vacation.
They have a vacation planned for summer.
They have a vacation planned for summer.
Have a break.
休憩がある。
Have a break.
Have a break.
Students have a break between classes.
Students have a break between classes.
Have a lunch break.
昼休みがある。
Have a lunch break.
Have a lunch break.
Workers have a lunch break at noon.
Workers have a lunch break at noon.
Have an appointment.
予約がある。
Have an appointment.
Have an appointment.
I have an appointment with the dentist tomorrow.
I have an appointment with the dentist tomorrow.
Have a reservation.
予約がある。
Have a reservation.
Have a reservation.
We have a reservation at the restaurant for 7 p.m.
We have a reservation at the restaurant for 7 p.m.
Have a booking.
予約がある。
Have a booking.
Have a booking.
They have a booking for the hotel next week.
They have a booking for the hotel next week.
Have a ticket.
チケットがある。
Have a ticket.
Have a ticket.
Do you have a ticket for the concert?
Do you have a ticket for the concert?
Have a pass.
パスを持っている。
Have a pass.
Have a pass.
Students have a pass to use the library.
Students have a pass to use the library.
Have a key.
鍵を持っている。
Have a key.
Have a key.
Make sure you have a key to get back in.
Make sure you have a key to get back in.
Have a password.
パスワードがある。
Have a password.
Have a password.
You need to have a password to access the system.
You need to have a password to access the system.
Have a code.
コードがある。
Have a code.
Have a code.
You need to have a code to enter the building.
You need to have a code to enter the building.
Have a certificate.
証明書がある。
Have a certificate.
Have a certificate.
Graduates have a certificate from the university.
Graduates have a certificate from the university.
Have a degree.
学位がある。
Have a degree.
Have a degree.
She has a degree in computer science.
She has a degree in computer science.
Have a diploma.
卒業証書がある。
Have a diploma.
Have a diploma.
He has a diploma in electrical engineering.
He has a diploma in electrical engineering.
Have a qualification.
資格がある。
Have a qualification.
Have a qualification.
You need to have a qualification to apply for this job.
You need to have a qualification to apply for this job.
Have a skill set.
スキルセットがある。
Have a skill set.
Have a skill set.
Employers look for candidates who have a skill set matching the job.
Employers look for candidates who have a skill set matching the job.
Have an experience.
経験がある。
Have an experience.
Have an experience.
I have an experience working in customer service.
I have an experience working in customer service.
Have a background.
バックグラウンドがある。
Have a background.
Have a background.
She has a background in finance.
She has a background in finance.
Have a track record.
実績がある。
Have a track record.
Have a track record.
Our company has a track record of successful projects.
Our company has a track record of successful projects.
Have a history.
歴史がある。
Have a history.
Have a history.
This building has a history dating back 200 years.
This building has a history dating back 200 years.
Have a memory.
記憶がある。
Have a memory.
Have a memory.
I have a memory of visiting this place as a child.
I have a memory of visiting this place as a child.
Have a record.
記録がある。
Have a record.
Have a record.
The police have a record of his previous offenses.
The police have a record of his previous offenses.
Have a file.
ファイルがある。
Have a file.
Have a file.
The secretary has a file with all the important documents.
The secretary has a file with all the important documents.
Have a document.
書類がある。
Have a document.
Have a document.
Please make sure you have a document proving your identity.
Please make sure you have a document proving your identity.
Have a report.
報告書がある。
Have a report.
Have a report.
The committee has a report on their findings.
The committee has a report on their findings.
Have a book.
本を持っている。
Have a book.
Have a book.
I have a book about Japanese history.
I have a book about Japanese history.
Have a magazine.
雑誌を持っている。
Have a magazine.
Have a magazine.
She has a magazine with the latest fashion trends.
She has a magazine with the latest fashion trends.
Have a newspaper.
新聞を持っている。
Have a newspaper.
Have a newspaper.
My grandfather has a newspaper delivered every morning.
My grandfather has a newspaper delivered every morning.
Have a letter.
手紙がある。
Have a letter.
Have a letter.
I have a letter from my friend in Australia.
I have a letter from my friend in Australia.
Have a message.
メッセージがある。
Have a message.
Have a message.
You have a message from your boss.
You have a message from your boss.
Have an email.
メールがある。
Have an email.
Have an email.
I have an email from the university about registration.
I have an email from the university about registration.
Have a text.
テキストメッセージがある。
Have a text.
Have a text.
You have a text from your sister.
You have a text from your sister.
Have a call.
電話がある。
Have a call.
Have a call.
I have a call scheduled with a client at 3 p.m.
I have a call scheduled with a client at 3 p.m.
Have a meeting scheduled.
会議が予定されている。
Have a meeting scheduled.
Have a meeting scheduled.
We have a meeting scheduled for tomorrow morning.
We have a meeting scheduled for tomorrow morning.
Have a class.
授業がある。
Have a class.
Have a class.
Students have a class from 9 to 10 a.m.
Students have a class from 9 to 10 a.m.
Have a lesson.
レッスンがある。
Have a lesson.
Have a lesson.
She has a lesson every Tuesday evening.
She has a lesson every Tuesday evening.
Have a training.
トレーニングがある。
Have a training.
Have a training.
New employees have a training next week.
New employees have a training next week.
Have a workshop.
ワークショップがある。
Have a workshop.
Have a workshop.
Teachers have a workshop during the spring break.
Teachers have a workshop during the spring break.
Have a seminar.
セミナーがある。
Have a seminar.
Have a seminar.
Business professionals have a seminar about leadership.
Business professionals have a seminar about leadership.
Have a conference.
会議がある。
Have a conference.
Have a conference.
Scientists have a conference to discuss their research.
Scientists have a conference to discuss their research.
Have a presentation.
プレゼンテーションがある。
Have a presentation.
Have a presentation.
Students have a presentation next Friday.
Students have a presentation next Friday.
Have a speech.
スピーチがある。
Have a speech.
Have a speech.
The president has a speech tomorrow.
The president has a speech tomorrow.
Have a talk.
講演がある。
Have a talk.
Have a talk.
The professor has a talk about climate change.
The professor has a talk about climate change.
Have a discussion.
討論がある。
Have a discussion.
Have a discussion.
The team has a discussion about the new project.
The team has a discussion about the new project.
Have a debate.
討論がある。
Have a debate.
Have a debate.
Politicians have a debate before the election.
Politicians have a debate before the election.
Have a conversation.
会話がある。
Have a conversation.
Have a conversation.
Parents should have a conversation with their children about safety.
Parents should have a conversation with their children about safety.
Have a chat.
おしゃべりをする。
Have a chat.
Have a chat.
Friends have a chat over coffee.
Friends have a chat over coffee.
Have a dialogue.
対話がある。
Have a dialogue.
Have a dialogue.
Leaders have a dialogue to resolve conflicts.
Leaders have a dialogue to resolve conflicts.
Have a negotiation.
交渉がある。
Have a negotiation.
Have a negotiation.
Companies have a negotiation about the partnership.
Companies have a negotiation about the partnership.
Have a deal.
取引がある。
Have a deal.
Have a deal.
The two businesses have a deal to share resources.
The two businesses have a deal to share resources.
Have an agreement.
合意がある。
Have an agreement.
Have an agreement.
The countries have an agreement on trade.
The countries have an agreement on trade.
Have a contract.
契約がある。
Have a contract.
Have a contract.
Employees have a contract with the company.
Employees have a contract with the company.
Have a relationship.
関係がある。
Have a relationship.
Have a relationship.
Our schools have a relationship with several universities.
Our schools have a relationship with several universities.
Have a connection.
つながりがある。
Have a connection.
Have a connection.
He has a connection with someone in the industry.
He has a connection with someone in the industry.
Have a link.
関連がある。
Have a link.
Have a link.
These events have a link to historical developments.
These events have a link to historical developments.
Have a birthday.
誕生日がある。
Have a birthday.
Have a birthday.
Everyone has a birthday once a year.
Everyone has a birthday once a year.
Have an anniversary.
記念日がある。
Have an anniversary.
Have an anniversary.
They have an anniversary coming up next month.
They have an anniversary coming up next month.
Have a celebration.
お祝いがある。
Have a celebration.
Have a celebration.
We have a celebration planned for her promotion.
We have a celebration planned for her promotion.
Have a party.
パーティーがある。
Have a party.
Have a party.
They have a party on Saturday night.
They have a party on Saturday night.
Have a ceremony.
式典がある。
Have a ceremony.
Have a ceremony.
The school has a ceremony at the end of the year.
The school has a ceremony at the end of the year.
Have a wedding.
結婚式がある。
Have a wedding.
Have a wedding.
My cousin has a wedding in June.
My cousin has a wedding in June.
Have a funeral.
葬式がある。
Have a funeral.
Have a funeral.
The community has a funeral for the respected elder.
The community has a funeral for the respected elder.
Have a festival.
祭りがある。
Have a festival.
Have a festival.
This town has a festival every summer.
This town has a festival every summer.
Have a tradition.
伝統がある。
Have a tradition.
Have a tradition.
Our family has a tradition of making mochi for New Year.
Our family has a tradition of making mochi for New Year.
Have a custom.
習慣がある。
Have a custom.
Have a custom.
Different cultures have a custom of greeting in various ways.
Different cultures have a custom of greeting in various ways.
Have a habit.
習慣がある。
Have a habit.
Have a habit.
She has a habit of drinking tea before bed.
She has a habit of drinking tea before bed.
Have a routine.
日課がある。
Have a routine.
Have a routine.
Many people have a routine they follow each morning.
Many people have a routine they follow each morning.
Have a schedule.
スケジュールがある。
Have a schedule.
Have a schedule.
Busy professionals have a schedule they need to keep.
Busy professionals have a schedule they need to keep.
Have a plan for the day.
一日の計画がある。
Have a plan for the day.
Have a plan for the day.
It helps to have a plan for the day when you're busy.
It helps to have a plan for the day when you're busy.
Have a goal for the week.
週の目標がある。
Have a goal for the week.
Have a goal for the week.
I have a goal for the week to finish this project.
I have a goal for the week to finish this project.
Have a chance to win.
勝つチャンスがある。
Have a chance to win.
Have a chance to win.
Our team has a chance to win the championship.
Our team has a chance to win the championship.
Have an opportunity.
機会がある。
Have an opportunity.
Have an opportunity.
Students have an opportunity to study abroad.
Students have an opportunity to study abroad.
Have a possibility.
可能性がある。
Have a possibility.
Have a possibility.
There has a possibility of rain this weekend.
There has a possibility of rain this weekend.
Have a potential.
潜在能力がある。
Have a potential.
Have a potential.
This young athlete has a potential to become a champion.
This young athlete has a potential to become a champion.
Have a future.
未来がある。
Have a future.
Have a future.
Young people have a future full of possibilities.
Young people have a future full of possibilities.
Have a hope for tomorrow.
明日への希望がある。
Have a hope for tomorrow.
Have a hope for tomorrow.
Despite difficulties, we have a hope for tomorrow.
Despite difficulties, we have a hope for tomorrow.
Have a good night's sleep.
ぐっすり眠る。
Have a good night's sleep.
Have a good night's sleep.
It's important to have a good night's sleep.
It's important to have a good night's sleep.
Have a pleasant dream.
楽しい夢を見る。
Have a pleasant dream.
Have a pleasant dream.
I hope you have a pleasant dream tonight.
I hope you have a pleasant dream tonight.
Have a peaceful day.
平和な一日を過ごす。
Have a peaceful day.
Have a peaceful day.
May you have a peaceful day without stress.
May you have a peaceful day without stress.
Have a wonderful time.
素晴らしい時間を過ごす。
Have a wonderful time.
Have a wonderful time.
I hope you have a wonderful time at the concert.
I hope you have a wonderful time at the concert.
Have a safe journey.
安全な旅を。
Have a safe journey.
Have a safe journey.
Have a safe journey back home.
Have a safe journey back home.
Have a good life.
良い人生を送る。
Have a good life.
Have a good life.
I wish you have a good life filled with happiness.
I wish you have a good life filled with happiness.
Have a bright future.
明るい未来がある。
Have a bright future.
Have a bright future.
Young people have a bright future ahead of them.
Young people have a bright future ahead of them.
Have a sense of purpose.
目的意識がある。
Have a sense of purpose.
Have a sense of purpose.
Successful people have a sense of purpose in life.
Successful people have a sense of purpose in life.